readings. All right. So it says you are live.
Okay.
And how about you? Are you able to get on?
Should be.
My only thing is, okay, so I see it now. Paranormal Brew is live on Facebook now.
All right. So we did it. Sorry, guys. I never did this before and trying to figure it out.
It's all learning experience. Trust me. This was a whole new ballgame.
Yeah.
But no, my thing is, I don't know. Am I still there on the screen?
I see you on the screen.
You're
okay, good.
He's freezing up.
Because I'm going to pay attention to the comments because that is where I will be able to also read. So, cool.
You're
okay.
You frozen.
Am I frozen?
Yeah,
I'm frozen.
You froze up.
That's not
us.
Okay. So then we can't do that. That is A-okay.
Yeah, you're frozen.
And
can you see him talking from that? No, you fake it. All right.
Am I unfrozen now?
We rebooted John's face.
Can you see me now? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I can see you now.
Okay. So that should work.
Okay. So we are doing some readings today with John Covey. We're pretty excited because this is his first time with Paranormal Brew doing readings. We've had John Covey on before, talk about events and things that he's done and things we work together, like at the psychic fair. So now we're excited that you're doing some readings now. Is this
you get to see me in action and you're not running around doing all this sort of stuff doing the event. So that's exciting. My only thing is I know before you can bring up the comments, but that's probably too high tech. So I can't really see who's all on. Which
so
we'll
help you because that's something
we'll talk it out. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely because I'm sure you just highlight something.
Yeah, I wonder if you.
I'm gonna try your mom.
Oh, let's say show. Yeah, try
show. Oh, see, there's your mom. Okay, so I'm getting it.
That's easy.
There we go.
See, I just got to push buttons. All right, let's see.
All right.
Usually I was too afraid because I'll break something if I'm, when I'm too afraid. So
that's me. That's me right there.
All right. So we got your mom, Kaylee, and we have Danielle on right now. They're all saying hello. And
hi.
And then Megan Miller is saying hello. So we have a few people. I'm not sure if you know any of these people.
I know some.
Okay, so they're aware you're doing some readings. How are you going to do the readings with this? How are you going to just go ask them?
So I'll do my little spiel, of what I do for readings. And so for those of you who out there who may or may not know who I am, my name is Psychic Medium John Covey. I am, of course, a psychic medium. I've been a paranormal investigator since 2010 with the Junior Investigating Paranormal Society, and slowly merged more into working on my abilities with my mother, Debbie. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are really on.
Yeah.
Good.
Before you start, real quick, I just want to give a little shout out to Taryn because she's not on here. Unfortunately, she lost her kitty, Zeus. So, we miss her very much, but we are thinking of you, Taryn, and we love you. So, hope you feel better and get some rest, girlie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, John, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. So, in addition to doing the paranormal investigating throughout the years, I've done both my mom and I have been doing a lot of different stuff all across the state. And within the past year or so, we've been slowly working on building our gifts. And so both her and I are certified with level 1 of Kundalini Reiki. We also work with energy healing and working, of course, with cards, which is what I'll be emphasizing on tonight, and so on and so forth. And that's through different courses taught by psychic medium Sarah Lemos, who's the co-host of Ghost of Morgan City on the Travel Channel. And so the courses that we took, of course, were the Kundalini, Reiki, and Pathways to Spirit, which, again, I know some of the actual other students who are also in the class are on the Facebook Live. They have been following this, and they are so excited because I am so excited for this tonight. And I know that they are on here. I know Kelly is on here, and I think Danielle is also in the class, like you mentioned. So in addition to that, what I also do personally through my work and through, doing this sort of thing, I'm really new at doing a lot of private readings. I actually debuted last year at the Psychic Fair, not this year, but last year, doing private readings for individuals and live in person at event. And that's kind of what fueled me to want to keep growing in order to do private readings now. Now, the way that I do readings is a little different than others. And what I typically do, let's say if someone were to book a private reading with myself, and it's more of a virtual sort of thing, a Facebook Live, not Facebook Live, but through like video chat. What I do is I stop before I do, and I connect with them, and I see if there's anyone on the other side that wants to step forward, and I connect and bring messages, and they show me key things, and they make me feel things, make me hear things, they show me different objects. And so I write them all down, and that's how I kind of work beforehand. Now, when I do readings with that is the mediumship portion, to where I feel them come into the room, and we're talking about any information that whoever it is that I'm reading that night needs to know, any messages that are needed for them. When I do readings, I focus in on color. So when I read with oracle cards, I focus in on color, because to me, what's very important with anybody is energy. And when we focus in on energy, that also is tying in with your chakra system. And so, of course, from your base chakra all the way to your crown chakra, each one has a specific color. And so when I do this, each color has a specific meaning. Whenever I look at a color, I get a word. And so that's kind of how I look through it. And any messages I need to interpret moving forward, that's what I focus in on. And then any messages, again, that my guides or my higher self need to let everyone know for that specific time. So I hope that kind of makes a little bit of sense. I feel like I'm getting a little jumbled up on my words.
No. I just want you to, Kaylee, excited to be here and get a reading from John. So we know we got somebody on that listing going on here.
Awesome. So what I typically do when I do a card reading is I bounce off of the energy, and I can feel their energy, which is also the empathic energy. So clairsentience, that's the ability to feel. I focus in more on the clairsentience and the clairvoyance, which clairvoyance is to see. And so my guides, my angels, whoever are around me will show me signs, symbols, and omens that associate best with whatever's going on, in addition to me also looking at the card. So that's kind of with that. And so I've never actually done a Facebook Live to where I'm not able to see things right away like that. You know what I mean? So this is really interesting. But I do also want to mention there is an older male energy that did just step forward. He has overalls on, and he feels kind of like a worker. Kind of slick back hair. He's very quiet. He's very interesting. And the fact, he literally just stepped in, and he doesn't say anything. So usually when they don't say anything right away, usually it shows that there's something that was left unsaid at the end of their passing. There was something that was just not there right away. Who are you with? He's not talking. And he's just standing there. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. So that's just a little this show of what goes on. I feel like I'm very jumbled up. I am so sorry.
What?
I feel like I'm jumbled up here. Am I frozen now?
You're frozen again, yes.
Oh, no.
So much energy.
I know.
So much energy, John.
Are we back?
Yes.
Are we back?
You sparked
Okay,
back.
good.
Yes.
Gotta love technology. Tonight's going to be a little bit of chaotic stuff. Now, there is a lot of chaos going on at home. I actually had to reschedule some readings for this week and for next week because of some family stuff that's going on. So that's kind of why so that might be why I'm a little jumbled up, even though I did try my best to ground down a little bit beforehand. So just bear with me here, and I apologize if I do seem a little. So
I'm sorry.
with
It's
that,
just the way like
so,
all of a sudden there's like a lot of shifty energy just this day, and like later on as there's like a lot of anxiety spikes during the day, and like I was
Yes.
up and down and kind of depressed, and I wanted to cry, and like I was very emotional today. I don't know what was going on, but the energy is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this week especially, it's really been tough on, I know a lot of us, almost everyone that I've actually interacted with through my main job and through like family and everything. It's just been so draining. There's just so much fluctuation of energy, and like you said, it's just where you have so many emotions, and it gets very overwhelming. So if you out there who are watching right now and are feeling that right now, you are not alone at all whatsoever. It's definitely taking a toll, and I just want everyone to know that when we are feeling like this, we are feeling overwhelmed, we are feeling stressed, we're feeling that tension, that rigidness in the air, it's okay to take that moment for yourself to just take a step back and relax. It's okay to kind of separate yourself from the outside world. If you are not feeling okay and you feel drained, take moments for yourself, because at this moment there's so much going on, and if you just keep going and going and going and going and going, it's going to be very tough to keep maneuvering, and there's going to cause a lot more friction later on, if that makes sense. So that's just a piece of information that I've actually been getting a lot through my guides over the last couple days, and just make sure everyone is really focusing in on their actual physical health. Don't forget to keep downing water, keep drinking water, keep drinking. Just take care of your physical body, because again, we're so much here with whenever there's anxiety or rigid tension or anything like that, we tend to basically separate ourselves from our physical body. So I just heard Taryn's name, so I don't know if this is also specifically towards her as well. Make sure you focus in on yourself. So Taryn, if you're still watching, hon, this is also for you. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Make sure that you are resting yourself enough, and just focus in on being calm, being still, and just relax. And it's okay. Let the emotions flow, and just allow things to work out. Yeah, but that's with that. So without further ado, why don't we pull some cards?
Ooh, okay.
Go for it.
All right.
Okay. So guides and angels, I ask you please be with me at this time as I am about to pull cards for everyone who's attending tonight here on Paranormal Brew. I ask you please allow all information to be clearly, accurately, and precisely in love and light only. I also ask you please surround each and every one of those who are watching tonight with a cloud of bubble of protection around them, and make sure you lift their spirits up again in love and light only.
Love and light.
Love and light.
Tony, this card is for you, actually.
Okay.
So I will pull both of you a card real quick, and then we will do those for who are watching this evening.
It's gonna be a cup card.
Are you doing angels, or are you doing tarots? You're doing angel card oracles, right?
I am actually doing oracle cards.
Okay.
I feel like oracle cards are very straightforward to the point. I feel like with tarot, there's a lot of interpreting that needs to be done. And for me, I'm a very blunt person. And so I want to focus in on the message that's really needed at that specific time. And really focused in on, what all is needed at that specific moment. All right. So Anthony, this card is for you. All right. New beginnings. So this is really interesting. So the new beginnings card to me, again, when I focus in on color, the first color that I'm actually drawn to is right there in the middle. The orange, the yellow, the white. So there's a lot of stuff that you're really been thinking about. It's really positive about whatever this is. Were you offered a new job? Something to do with job. I heard job. New beginning.
I just worked for a new company. The company acquired the company I worked for. So I have like new beginnings with that, I guess. I'm developing new connections with different managers. I'm dealing with more people and getting to know them on some of it personal
because
level.
You're what's going on is I heard job. I'm feeling like there's like I feel like I'm like twisting this like weird knob and it's not turning. So I don't know what this means. Like there's trying to twist it and it's like, no. Like, do you have like apprehension about what's going on? Like, are you?
A little bit, yeah. I would say so. Yeah. Just like, I have to learn new skills. I got to get this training coming up. I don't know. Just like it's learning new their methods, their ways.
Because I feel like they're not really. I don't want to say they're not respecting. Kind of like there's times where it's like it seems like it's going really fast. It's kind of like I'm getting like this, and I feel like there's times where it's like they kind of just are trying to push, and it's like you kind of can't get a word in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it's like, okay, so what's really interesting, again, I focus in on the color. And so I started out with the head, that's where the crown chakra was. And then it works out to the yellow. It's a very positive move, but then I was turned to the blue sky, which blue to me is with the throat chakra. And the fact that it's a darker blue, but then it goes to a light blue is that they're kind of limiting what you're saying. And they're not, I feel like they're not like someone's not listening to you the right way. Like there's just not a really good mesh of communication and it's causing a little bit of stuff, but eventually it works. That's where the dark blue comes to the light blue, because with a balanced throat chakra, it really works in with a robin's egg blue color. And that's where this blue is really working in. So that's where also is with that sort of thing. But I feel like no matter what, this whole meshing, it's going to work out eventually, because the fact is that no matter what, all of this that's going on up here, all of this sort of stuff, see how the orange is trickling down? This is this new path. And the fact is, it's not so much orange that I'm actually seeing, it's more of a gold. And so when I see gold, of course, it's bringing in that fortune. It's bringing in what's going to serve you best. And whatever this move is, really work with it, because I think that this is really going to help you moving forward to help. There's an end goal in sight about something that you want to do with your personal life that's really going to be enhanced. It's really like it's going to be really heavily whatever this is, it's going to really help bring this forward. And that's kind of like, I don't know if it's just a happy ending or whatever. Like, I don't know. That's just what it feels like. Does that make sense?
Yeah, actually, I mean, like you're talking about
because like I consider
something else that's going on, that kind of that communication and stuff. Go ahead. I mean, you're gonna tell him.
Yeah, because like also, I mean, because it's interesting because
this is kind of like a job too.
Yeah, it is a job because like if you're in my Masonic group, we do have positions, we do work, and we do have like office positions or whatever you want to call it. And there's been a recent transition as well, but it's been more on my mind than my job that I'm actually doing, my physical job. This is more of like a spiritual organization, but there's been some really twists and turns, and I just became a member of another lodge, which I want to do more work. And it's interesting you showed the new beginning, the sun, because that's what I'm working to, is to those positions that symbolize the sun, and which is a leadership role, or just something to learn more, to grasp more. There's also
that one part where he was mentioning about the trying to get what you're trying to get through, and there's like that issue so that kind of communication and the issues that you were dealing with last week. So it's kind of funny that you said that, because
I think it's
you
more
know,
that.
it's kind of the
same
line, same line, because I think it might be the Masonic, because that has to do with a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we hold
when
those
you
off
say work.
positions. Yeah. And that's
Yeah,
more
I mean, the biggest thing I think is just keep going with it. If it's going too much and it's too overwhelming for you, you have the control to say, whoa, relax a little bit. Let's take this. It's a little slower. Like it's like you're in the driver's seat, and it's like, don't let people use you. Is kind of what I'm feeling. And it's not that they're using you. It's just that they're pushing you, and it's getting really tough. Because that's where. Okay, you're bringing me back to the black color. Black to me is also like neutral, balanced. And so with everything that we do in life, we always want to try to maintain balance in what's going on. And so that's something that's really big with me. And no matter what, when you're going down along this path, if you notice, the black is all around this little orange path, which is what this is going to be, this orange goldish path that I said I feel the gold with. It's going to be balanced. So as long as there's balance with this, everything will work out really well. But this is something that I think is going to be really beneficial for you. So keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And so this one will be for Sabrina. I want to focus in more on the cards, please. So anyone that's stepping forward, I've asked you, please just thank you for coming. Sorry. This card will be for Sabrina. Okay, thank you. All right, truth. Okay, this is really interesting. I'm trying to get it with the camera the right way because it's flipped. The truth card. So when I pay attention to this, this is actually really interesting. So I'm being brought to elements. Again, I read in color, but I was brought to the elements of wind. So I feel like that everything that's been going on is kind of like a whirlwind, and it's like this is talking about your spiritual stuff. Is this talking about with her doing healings? Have you been having apprehension about pushing forward and doing what you're doing through healings? Like there's a step to where you're doing your readings, you're doing your healings, but it's like, I feel like there's like, okay, what's the next step? Is that something you've been thinking about?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's just like so much going on, and plus COVID, and kind of a little stuck,
Okay.
What's going to happen. I feel like every time I try to make that move, something gets blocked or something gets put in a way, and so it's just like kind of been a little bit of I've been a Debbie Downer on myself.
Well, this is something that's really interesting too. Every time when I look at a card and it has a tree on it, I always associate that. It doesn't matter what tree it is with the tree of life, especially when it's a single tree on a card. Now, the reason why they're bringing up with the spiritual stuff is that whenever there's something that's coming up and when there's something that's looming, so this is where the clouds are actually above the tree. Whenever there is something looming and it's like all this energy, this air, like the element of air, just stuff, it feels like a whirlwind of energy around you. You have the ability of knowing what fits right. And when I say that, it's more in specific of your personal intuition to know what's better for not only yourself, but those around you. And it's time that you speak to that, not only paying attention to it more, but accepting that, because you are not need to stop doubting yourself. You need to stop doubting your abilities, because you are very strong. You both, especially together, you guys kick ass. But literally, you guys are so strong, and stop carrying that self-doubt. Now, I know with stuff that goes on in life, it sometimes can get very overwhelming. And we deal with some things in a very different light, each one of us emotionally. But it's one of those to where, okay, when we're having this sort of moment, we need to acknowledge it, honor it, but recognize, is this serving us? If it's not, it's time to release that. And if you don't, that's where that whirlwind, because it's like, okay, here's something that's kind of running around in your head. Okay, here's another thing. And then here's another thing. And it just keeps going like that. And then it turns literally into a tornado. That's kind of what I am envisioning it to be. So just pay attention to that. No matter what this is going to be, there's a lot of love. Keep giving that love. And it may seem as though it's like you're not getting that reciprocation back to you, but make sure that you keep pushing forward with that, because that's what's keeping you level-headed. Okay? That's what's keeping you going. And the fact that you mentioned the spiritual stuff, especially working towards your gifts, working more with your gifts, that's what's really going to help you. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's just not I feel like I'm always giving. And it's just like, I'm exhausted. So it's like, I'm trying to.
And you know what? It's funny how I literally mentioned that before. If you're feeling exhausted, take time for yourself. There's no reason why you can not do that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I can't see the comments, but I know there are individuals on here. So for those who would like a card, just say like card please, and then if you can you just like pick one at random and bring them onto the screen? That'll help me, especially with the name. And those of you out there who are watching, thank you so very much for doing this. We're dealing with a little bit of tech issues because I keep freezing.
Yeah, we're good. I'm just waiting for somebody to. Does anybody want a card reading or anything like that? We have a couple of little people that we're blocking because they're just not nice people coming on here. But Kaylee, all right, we got one right here. Yeah. Okay, right here.
Okay, so Kelly. Okay. So Kelly is another student in the Pathways to Spirit course. Again, that's taught by psychic medium Sarah Lemos. She's an amazing intuitive, and I really trust the gifts that she does have. So Kelly, this card will be for you. You know when I say the lighter card, that's what's awesome. All right, Kelly, your card is miracles. So what's really nice about this is not even just a word miracle. I'm immediately brought to the rainbow. And when I see the rainbow, immediately I think of a balanced chakra. So when the fact that there is 2 on here is the fact that you are working together. And I feel like this is not just, you're not alone with this, is that you're working together, and you also need to keep building up your chakra system. You need to keep focusing in on keeping that balanced moment, because, and again, that's where the black comes with the background. That's what's going to also happen. Now, what's really interesting too is there's actually a little, it's hard to see on the camera, but there's a little bit of green, like a little bit of deep green here, which green to me, of course, ties in with the heart chakra. That's big on love. And so what's really interesting is that whatever, again, this is the law of attraction or the law of manifestation. They both coincide together, in my opinion, that, you know, whatever you put out there is what will come back to you, and you have to think it. So keep thinking that there, sweetheart. Keep pushing forward to make sure that whatever is going on is what's really best for you. What also is going to end up happening is that your throat chakra, you're going to be continuously speaking your personal truth, and you're going to be seeing a lot more. So keep focusing in on that and keep working on your gifts. Keep focusing in, keep a balanced chakra. Some people call it also balanced chi, but both work together on your gifts. And no matter what's going on, base chakra, I heard base chakra. Okay. Bring some of that energy down a little bit, because I literally saw this, like somebody's trying to like climb, but it's bringing it down actually. So keep focusing in on your base chakra, and for the next couple of days, just kind of calm stuff down, especially in the household, especially with the puppies. I hear the puppies. All right. Anybody else?
Yep. There we go. Ready? Okay. This next one is Tammy.
Oh, Tammy! I miss you, sweetheart. All right. So this card will be for Tammy. Okay. You're 2, 1, 2. Okay. Oftentimes, if I get drawn to more than one card, there's a specific reason. So this is actually Tammy. This is for you and for Jeremy. So the first card will be for Tammy. Purification. Okay. Tammy, your card is purification. Now, what's really interesting is whenever I think of purification, it's kind of washing away again what no longer serves. But when I look at this, make sure that if you're trying to remove, declutter. I heard the word declutter, so I don't know if this is something that's going on. Friends, some things I feel like are starting to come to light. If they haven't, they are going to. Pay attention to that, because what's happening is there's going to be a slow essence of purification that's going to really help influence what's going to happen, especially fall of next year. Why fall? That's so long.
All right.
It's just a slow process. Is that what you're getting at? Sweetheart, your mom is also there. She's also helping you along with this. So this is why it's also a slow path too, is that she's trying to help you slowly, because it's still here. It's still here, hun. And just know that whatever this is going to happen, whatever is really going to work through, you have to keep being that positive light. This is, again, sunflower yellow. Solar plexus, being positive. Focus in on that. In whatever you do, have everything that comes out. Even if you're frustrated and you want to go and smack someone, make sure that you are doing everything with as much light and love, more specifically love, doing everything with as much as you can in order to be as positive, because what you're doing is you're not only changing yourself, you're not only changing your mindset, you're also changing other people's lives because of who you are. Keep being that shining star and keep being that positive impact on those around you. This one's for Jeremy. Here we go. Thriving. That's interesting. So this card is for Jeremy. So again, when I see a giraffe, I think about kind of observation. That's the first word that comes to mind, especially with this card, is that we are kind of looking above the tree line to see what's really going on. So I don't know specifically about what this may entail. I feel like this is also talking more specifically. I heard professional and then I heard business. So I don't know if this is a specific business or if this is something that's also going to happen in the future. Make sure you're keeping and you're really paying attention to things, paying attention to who's really there for you, paying attention to what's really going to come. The fact that it's also looking, that the giraffe is looking on the card, when you look at it, it's looking towards the left, is showing that it's also something that happened in the past. So it's someone that was in your past that's still in your life now that you really need to focus on, okay, and build up this connection. This is also tying in with the base chakra and the crown chakra. That's why the pink. That's why when you're looking at it's looking at the tree line, it's literally pink. When you blend the white and the red, the white from your crown chakra, the red from your base chakra, that's what creates this. And so keep focusing in on who you are as a person. Keep focusing in on, yes, whatever this may be, it may drag you down, but stick to your guns, stick to who you are. Don't get up here. Don't stay up here. Don't overthink it. It is what it is. You know who you are and keep moving forward with that. The fact that I'm also seeing the brown, I'm actually seeing, so I actually felt like this is weird. This is weird. So I felt like this like smooth blanket, a soft blanket that's really tying in with this. And when I feel that, it's comfort. It's doing what's comfortable with you, but also the fact that it's brown is really tying in with earthing. So I don't know if it's also grounding. Really focusing in on what's going on. Also digestion. That I heard. When you're focusing in on this, make sure you really are taking care of your gut health, which is, it is what it is, but make sure you're focusing in on what you need to do to make yourself feel better, because I feel like you're being really sluggish. Okay? So that is with that one. Anybody else?
Oh, you ready for the next one?
Sure.
Karen.
Okay. All right. So this card will be for Taryn. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sweetheart, you're clouded. You're clouded here. It's not specifically here, but it's here because I feel fuzzy. And it's not with what's going on. There's something that's clouding. There's something that's kind of like around. And it's like, you need to take that step out of this shell. I feel like you're just like in this shell. No shit. Sorry. Going forward. Going forward. Now, this card is, there's clouds, like there's like fog at the bottom. There's fog at the bottom. Like there's like this like white fog. So this is where she's at right now. And it's one of those, you're on the right path of, I don't know what this is. I heard enlightenment, but I feel like you're on this path and you're on the right path. But right now it feels like there's a lot of clouding going on. And within the next couple weeks, I feel like things are going to be, of course, 10 times harder. Not, again, specifically just because of what's going on and what has already happened, but really delving into the next few weeks. Just something keeps bringing up the next few weeks. So knowing that, make sure that what you're doing is that you're sticking to this path. Now, the fact is that this path is also yellow, is again tying in with your solar plexus. It's tying with being positive. And also the fact that there is a bunch of green on both sides of this path, it's showing that there's going to be love, ultimate love coming from both directions. So whatever is going on, you're going to have as much love to help carry you through what's going to come for the next few weeks, especially what's also going to come for the beginning of next year. Also, I feel like there's going to be some things going on with the job, some good things. So keep an eye out for that. If things look a little weird, honor it, but don't overthink it. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're very appreciated at your job. You're very appreciated with what you do, and don't ever feel as though that you're not appreciated, because I feel like I felt heavy and it started to twist. So whenever I feel that, it's usually something that's happened or some disgruntlement that happened at the workplace, in this one specific, because that's what I mentioned, that something happened and it's kind of like, now it's kind of awkward, and it's like, oh, it's like it keeps festering. Don't let it get to you. Let it brush off. And if this is not specifically about the job, whatever this is going in, just someone that's around you daily, that it's like, and it's, I don't know, but just keep washing this away, keep going on. You're on the right path, like I said. Make sure you keep doing this and just keep pushing forward. Make sure you keep grounding down, and focusing on balancing your energies, because if you don't, you will be more overwhelmed. I feel like that's a very common message so far tonight, is that, make sure you're balancing and calming stuff down. Make sure that you are really bringing down that energy, coming back to yourself, coming back to your personal, just your personal comfort zone is just what I'm really getting, is that, really just bringing that energy down and calming yourself down. Okay. So that is that.
All right. So we have Megan Miller. Card, please.
Megan Miller. Interesting. You have a very bubbly personality, a very, very bubbly energy. It's just what I saw. All right, guys. So this card will be from Megan Miller. Okay, so I don't know what, before I even pull the card, I feel something with the lungs, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's, it's hard for me to breathe, so I don't know what is going on with this. I know this is not me because I just started feeling this. So if this is what's going on, just make sure that you pay attention to whatever it is and take that steps to kind of, again, relax that down. So again, this card will be from Megan Miller. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. Adventures. This is a really good card to get. So this is the Adventures card. Now, again, the biggest thing that I'm also getting with a common message tonight is when we talk about adventures, especially right now, it's hard for us to go out and to enjoy things. It's hard for us to go on trips. And a lot of us who are, thinking about, oh my gosh, I just want to go on a vacation. I just want to get out of this. I just want to escape this world. I feel like that's something that's very strong. And although we technically can't because of everything going on, we can't because of personal things, job stuff too, Megan, is that it's almost nearly impossible, but we don't need to go and take a week-long vacation down to the Outer Banks or to a beach or this, that, and the other. Taking a day and just doing something that you love to do for yourself, not being around people, just doing something for yourself, that will help you calm a lot of things down. Also, the fact that there is birds in here, again, this is yellow, orange, red, the lower portion of the chakra system, there's multiple birds in here, is showing that no matter what, all these different aspects in life is good. It's like, I feel like I'm also confused. So I don't know if it's specifically just different directions and different ideas. So you're kind of like, okay, once this is over, I want to do blank, or I want to move and do blank, or something. Like, it's always good to bring that forward and have these goals. So keep pushing forward that. I feel like this is also kind of a manifesting thing. I saw the word manifest. Just keep doing that and make sure that you keep really pushing forward this. And it's okay. People might put you down for thinking outside the box. People might put you down for, wanting to do these different things, but keep pushing forward, because no matter what, you have to do what also makes you specifically happy. I don't know if you also do chakra work, but if you're really tying with the paranormal, this is something that I think would also really help you. Some energy work. Whenever I also see a waterfall, it's also talking about bringing and washing away any energies, again, that no longer serve. And that's something that's really important. So, and what's funny is this is the main bird here, and this is the waterfall. So it's literally the waterfall is draining and is touching the bird in this card. And so it's really showing that you need to start to wash away and remove some of this mud. That's the best way I can put it. It's like mud, like dirt, like grime. You have to wash this away from you as a person in order for these things to start to trickle in. So this is where the confusing part is, because we feel as though we're stuck. And if we keep pushing forward, it's going to be a little more confusing. We have to help and try to remove what's here, shifting the energies around you, also in your home. If you do feng shui, focus in on that. Even just moving some of the furniture or even decluttering can allow that shift in energy to move to where it flows better. So Megan, that's something I feel is really going to help you in order to help these things move forward. By decluttering, you're kind of washing away that mud. So this is more in the physical aspect. So if you have to declutter the home, that's something that's going to be very big. So I hope that makes sense. And whatever it is, again, take time for yourself. That's where the word adventures comes in. And like I mentioned, that's something that I really want to focus in for everyone, is that being also taking that adventure, even if it's just a day trip, to relax, calm yourself, calm things down, and just do something that you enjoy. It can change everything. If you're going through a tough time, it can change everything. So make sure you're doing that. Okay, Megan? Okay.
Anybody else?
You okay?
You okay? You need recharge?
Yeah.
Can you recharge somehow? You okay?
No, I'm good. I am good.
All right. So we have Gretchen would love a card read.
All righty.
Can't keep giving from an empty cup, Sabrina.
All right, Gretchen. Again, thank you all to those of you who are also joining in tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of energies, and I really greatly appreciate everyone who's really taking the time in order to watch tonight and to hear the healing messages. And if you receive a message, please feel free to let me know what you thought. You can always message me here on Facebook, or you can always contact me on my website, which I'm sure we'll talk about later on too. But Gretchen, this will be for you. Okay, thank you. Cleaning. Okay. Cleaning. Forgiveness. So, Gretchen, your card is forgiveness. Now, The reason why I mentioned the word cleaning is because I literally saw somebody in like a kitchen cleaning. And to me, that makes perfect sense when it comes to the word forgiveness. I did not see this card until I literally flipped it over. But the fact is that when we have to learn to forgive what's around us, we hold stuff here. So whenever we have trauma, whenever we have a disgruntlement, whenever anything bad really happens, it hits us right here in the chest. And so if you notice for some of those, and I do this myself, whenever you're talking with somebody and they fold their arms like this, that shows a signal that they don't really want to talk. They're trying to inadvertently protect their heart chakra. They're trying to put up that wall, that barrier against all of what could come in. So if you also see someone who kind of slouches down or is like just like that, their shoulders are kind of rolled forward, it's time that you kind of take that and roll that back. And it's time to really ask ourselves, how do we feel in here? How do we feel with what's going on? How do we feel with what we can do to move forward? And if there are some things that happen in life that if you can't let go of, the fact that, you know, in order to forgive, a lot of people say you have to forget, like you have to, I feel like you're stopping me, okay? In order to forgive, we have to accept and honor whatever this may be. I feel like this is with a situation with someone who's also departed because they're actually behind me. I feel their energy, but I can't see them. But that energy is it just went away. So it wanted to be honored. It wanted to be known. So whoever this is, that's on the other side of whatever this forgiveness is, whatever they did to you, understand that they are really sorry for this. And moving forward, in order to allow new things to come in, we have to kind of release that. We have to forgive and ask ourselves, what did we learn from this situation? And when we do that, when we ask ourselves this and ask if this is serving us, and if it's not, and we remove that, that leaves space for new to come in. So that's when you roll the shoulders back and allow new positive things, and you set those daily intentions. I feel like that's something you need to start to do, Gretchen. Setting daily intentions, setting that sort of, like when you wake up in the morning, be as positive. Just think to yourself, today's going to be a good day. I accept and I am bringing in love. I'm bringing in clarity. I'm bringing in all those sorts of different things, whatever you feel called to say that morning. Make sure you do that, because that's what will really help you. And inadvertently also, apparently that's a new word that I'm going to say, inadvertently, that's also going to change your mindset too. And so moving forward, that's what's really going to help you remove and forgive what all is around. Now, looking at this card specifically, it's also tying in with orange, yellow, and blue. That's, again, another emphasis on color. Orange is also really big on insecurities. So if you have personal insecurities, it's from whatever happened. I feel like this is something that happened when you were a child, so I don't know if this makes any sense. It's just what I'm getting. Just something that happened when you were younger. And if it's not specifically with a child, when you were a child, it's just something when you were younger, whatever had happened, it's really affecting the security of who you are as a person. And you really do have a heart of gold. You really do have a very good vibe, a good energy. And it's usually those of us who have experienced trauma in one way, shape, or form are always those who are trying to make other people happy, are always those who are trying to put ourselves forward and basically it's like we sacrifice our happiness to make other people happy. And we just put a smile on our face because that's what we do. It makes us feel good that we're making other people feel happy. But now it's time to focus in on yourself. And that's where the blue comes in. Throat chakra, again, is tying in with your personal truth, acknowledging this, honoring whatever this was, and letting this go. If you need to say this to some person, write a letter. Whatever this was, write it out, and you can just get rid of that letter, throw it away, go bury it, whatever you need to do. That's getting into the woo side of the metaphysics and energy and stuff. But what that does is, as you're writing, and don't hold back, don't hold back. Trust me, don't hold back. Let it all out, because you're releasing, again, that energy that's no longer serving you. And by doing that, you're honoring yourself and you're protecting yourself. So instead of going like this, let it out, let it flow, and let it go. So I hope that makes some very good sense. Shoot for the stars too. I heard that. Shoot for the stars. So just keep being optimistic about stuff. Okay? All right. Is there anybody else?
Funny how it was like the wax of the moon too is the same as tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I did not know that.
As soon as you put it on, like, oh, that's what the moon looks like tonight.
That's interesting. See, everything works out the way it's supposed to.
All right, I have one more in here, and it is for Jennifer Larson.
Woo! Jennifer, what's up? All right, so this card will be for Jennifer Larson. All right, thank you, guys. Okay, this makes perfect sense. So, Jennifer, your card is security. This is really tying in with the self-doubt that we talked about before. I've actually spoke to Jennifer a lot too before, so it's really cool that she came on tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please feel free, those of you out there who are still watching, share this video out, help support the Brew, and help support all of those who want to get a reading tonight. So Jennifer, your card is security. So this is tying in with the self-doubt that we talked about before. Security in knowing that your gifts are truly what matters. This is internal. So this is where the flame. So this is also Kundalini. Okay, thank you. So we focus in on working with your energies. I think that you should see about trying to schedule a chakra balancing, and it doesn't have to be with me. Just in order to help remove whatever, again, is going on. I feel like it's kind of like this, which again, snake-like energy with Kundalini, but lighting that flame to help boost who you are. It's kind of like a re-energizer. So I actually just saw the Energizer Bunny, which is really funny. I just saw the Energizer Bunny. So it's really energizing in on what you need to do, because rejuvenating yourself in that sort of light will help you gain more security of who you are, not only as an individual, but also as an intuitive. So as you're starting to grow with your gifts and you're working in doing the different work, whether it's through cards, whether it's through crystals, whether it's through your pendulum, whether it's through this or through that, make sure that you are really focusing in and trust your instincts, trust your internal intuition, because that is where you really do shine. Okay. Just you've gotten this card before. Okay. I heard she's gotten this card before. Okay. So, yeah, just keep focusing in on that. Keep focusing in on, and imagine yourself. This is where the manifesting comes in. Really ask yourself, how do I want to look? How do I want to be? How do I want to be perceived moving forward on, my gifts, as who I am as a person? Do I want to be, a psychic medium? Do I want to just be a card reader? Do I want to do healings? Like, you have to ask yourself, there is a purpose as to why you're doing what you're doing. You have to ask yourselves, what is that personal truth that you want to know? And once you figure out who you want to be moving forward, as not only just Jennifer, but as a person in its entirety and working with these gifts, that's where you're going to shine. That's where you're going to be able to gain that confidence. And that is where your fire is going to be kindled. So keep doing that. You are doing an amazing job. Keep working. Keep working. Okay.
So we, just to let you know, we do have another one, but I just want to let you know that Megan said that thank you very much. You are spot on.
Thank you.
Gretchen also just mentioned that it resonated so much, and everything you said makes sense. Thank you. In a heart.
You're welcome.
I'm Jennifer Larson. Thank you. Everybody's saying thank you. And we do have another one that just popped up. and she just came.
Oh,
Reading field drawn. There it is.
awesome. All right, Danielle. Danielle is also another student in the Pathways to Spirit course. So Danielle, thank you very much for tuning in. So this card will be for Danielle. Okay. Thank you. All righty. So Danielle, your card is Illumination. So the biggest thing that I'm really thinking about with this thinking, okay, thank you. The biggest thing when I look at this card is focusing in on the fog. So the fog, of course, is white, crown chakra. That's why I start out with the thinking. The biggest thing that I think is really what's going to help draw stuff in more for you is focusing in on feeling, hearing, focusing in on your other gifts, focusing in on the other three main ones that will really help with you continuing on growing forward. I feel like there's some stuff that's kind of like sluggish. I don't know if it's something that's kind of holding you back, but it's just kind of like, okay, I need a little bit of change. I need a little bit of this. So it's like, I feel like I'm just like lethargic, and not lethargic as like, I'm just like, don't want to be around anybody, but just like, I'm just like, okay, the next step. It's like I'm reading a book and it's like, okay, what's the next chapter? Like, when is this chapter going to end? When is this next segment going to end? When is this going to end? Like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's COVID related. I don't know if it's like with stuff that's going on. I just feel like there's going to be a chapter that's like, it's slowly coming to an end, but it's taking forever. And it's like, when we're getting up here because of all the different stuff, it's like, okay, I want this to be done by this time. I want this to be done by that time. This is life. I don't know if this is talking specifically about, I don't know if it's some relationship that's going on. It's just like there's going to be a conclusion to a chapter, but I don't like, this is not the end of the book. That's the biggest thing I'm seeing is this book. And it's just, I'm just like, I have like 5 pages to get to the end of the chapter, but it's like, I still have like that much of the book. I still have about like a third of the book left to go. So I don't know if this is talking about, this isn't so much so on your gifts. This is actually talking about your physical life. So I don't know what the step is going to be because they're not showing me, they're not telling me. And so this is something that you do know. But it's a personal growth. So this is something that's very personal to you, that it's kind of, okay, I need to do this in order to make this work out. Ultimately, what's going to end up happening is this is going to be the right decision for you. So if this is something you've been feeling, something you've been dreaming about, make sure you're paying attention to this because this is the right direction. Your guides are telling you this. They're connecting to you through your dreams is what I feel like. And so by doing this, you're really going to be a lot better. And whatever this end of the chapter is, it's going to be, it's like, you just got to keep pushing out that love. That's what, again, the green, the top green here, this green sky, it's a very deep, but it's also very smooth covered looking green. So it's going to be a smooth transition. But once you get to the end of this chapter, it's like, okay, now I need to kind of go up, but I don't know which specific direction to go. Listen to yourself. Listen to who you are. And again, this has to be about life because I'm seeing the trees. Okay? So I don't know if this is just different aspects of your life, that it's like, okay, different things in your life that it needs to change, but make sure you keep pushing forward with it because you've been thinking about it. It's time to make this happen. Okay? And it's funny how you did a green heart on your comment, because green, love, heart chakra. So keep focusing in on that too. That's just the biggest thing with that one. Okay.
All right.
She said that. Yes, it's taking forever.
Okay. So, sweetheart, just make sure you keep pushing forward with that because it's really going to be, you know, the right decision, you know what to do, but it's like, okay, I'm waiting for that perfect moment. And it's just make sure you keep doing that. Make sure your ducks are in a row, but don't allow it to take too long. Like, don't allow it to take like another year. Whatever this is, don't allow it to take another year. I don't know what this is, but just don't allow it to take another year. Okay?
Kaylee says you rock the readings.
Alrighty. So,
wow,
do we have anyone else
completely from the time we started? We got everybody in perfect timing.
Good. So, but no, like
I'm just kidding.
What's that?
I said, if anybody wants a reading, here we go. Don't be shy.
I know, right? But no, so this male energy that I mentioned before, he still hasn't left, but he's not talking. He's actually sitting right behind me.
Is it his father? For some reason, I keep on thinking it's his father.
But it's the overalls. I feel like if it would be him, it wouldn't be the overalls. Or does that make sense, Anthony?
No. He said he's behind him. It's in your space, right?
He's sitting right back here, but he definitely came in when I first started. So he's not mine.
No.
For some reason, I keep on thinking it's his father for some reason. And as soon as you said that, his father popped up in my head. And I never met him. No. But that picture up there, doesn't he have overalls in the picture? Like it's a funny picture.
Western.
It's that Western picture.
Is he eating goldfish? Is he eating goldfish? That's what she says.
Kelly. Oh my gosh. Okay, so she'll know what I mean by what we mean by the goldfish. Sorry, that's just funny. Everything works the way it's supposed to. But no, this gentleman, so he has to be tied with somebody. I just don't know who it is. So he actually brought me back to where he's even younger. I'm not too far younger from that, but he's actually wearing a white t-shirt. I feel like he has sunglasses on. It's not like he looks like a greaser, like your stereotypical, like, okay, so when we think about like The Outsiders, like not like that sort of like a greaser, but like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, like a smooth badass is what I'm kind of feeling. That's the energy. It's like a smooth badass.
I'm getting scared. Go on. What else?
So I'm walking through this house with him, and I don't know where I'm at. It's not my house. It feels like it's like very homey, like that old feeling, because I feel like there's like wood paneling on the walls, but it's like brown. That atmosphere that right like around there is like brown. But he brought me to this old radio. It's an old tubed radio. It's a small one. It's literally like the size of like a notebook here, maybe a little bigger actually. But he's actually turning the dials, and he's just going, and he's just like he's trying to find it. But it's like I feel like I'm also a kid, so I don't know if this is something that, if this is him, if this is something that you guys did when you were younger, as you were a kid. That's just like what he's showing me. So why are you showing me this? Have you tried connecting with him before from like personally?
Which one? Who, me?
Yes.
He's talking to you.
Yeah, that's why I'm just wondering if you're picking up anything. I mean, I don't want to I don't know, because one my first true paranormal experience dealt with a greaser in the 50s, slick back hair, had a white shirt, but he had a leather jacket on.
Okay.
I think he was two-dimensional, or he was with a twin, or I think it was just the space. I think it was two, because he like revealed like a double, like exactly. So I don't know what that was about. I tried to figure out what it was, and then I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out because now that when you mentioned that, because you don't know my story, I usually don't talk about it because it was very traumatic. It was very traumatic. It was very in your face, but I felt like that person wanted to communicate me, but it was also scared of me and wanted to it came off like a badass. It came out badass because he was trying to like be a punk, like, but more of a
Okay.
greaser with these. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the same person, but it's possible.
So this has to, I mean, this would make sense only because of what he's showing me and the fact like he walked in with the overalls. He's older, but then with this, as I'm walking through this house, it has that old timey feel. But to me, like I'm getting 70s. So maybe he's showing me like in different aspects of his life. He followed you from where you came from. This is validation.
It was a full operation. It was probably the most, to this day I haven't really had anything like that before. And I've been a paranormal investigator for decades now, and I'm yet to have anything like that again. I mean, I came close.
So I don't know where it is. So I asked him, "Where did you come from?"
Yeah.
In my head, and so I actually saw the word mental, but I saw you doing your actual job. Your actual job, whatever this is. You're out on the field is what I'm calling it. You're out doing stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if you were working near a mental hospital or for a mental hospital or something with mental. I don't know. Nursing home. Or is it nursing home? No, okay. What is it then? I don't know. I don't know what it is because he's showing me like all these sorts, like he's taking me to different places and I just don't know what these are because it's dark. Like it's like the night sky. Like it's dark. I don't get it like it's like a bad energy. It's dark outside, which is just weird.
What does he want with Anthony?
It's just like taking me
following him around for all this time. What would he want with Anthony if you followed him around all this time? Like, what does he want?
I think it's because of a likeness of energies. I don't feel like he's always there, but I feel like it's kind of he likes what you do. He likes the work that you do, I guess. I don't know how else to put it, but he's definitely like, I don't feel like he's bad. I just feel like he came from a place to where he's trying to help, but it's sometimes coming off in a wrong way. Does that make sense? Like it's weird. Like I feel confused. So I don't Oh.
What?
I feel like he had something mental. Did somebody around in your life have some sort of either holy shit.
Boy.
Did a gentleman pass away that your mom was very close to?
Yeah, a while ago, yeah. What?
Does the description match him? Whoever this is.
Huh? You think he's my dad? I don't know.
Either your dad or your other.
He's around your mom too. He's trying to make sure that she's okay. That's where this is, because it's like he feels like he's trying to go, and he's doing this at night. He's at night. He's checking on both of you. He's going to different places. That's why he showed me two different buildings. And the fact of why I'm confused now, everything's coming forward. The fact is that I was confused with different stuff going on. As you know what I'm talking about. That there's a reason why he mentioned the confusion, because that's the tie, because I actually saw a cord. I saw this, like, it's like a rope, but it's a rope of energy and they're intertwined. So it's a connection between whatever this is to whatever this is. And I thought it was job only because I felt as though it's constant work. Quit being such a workaholic.
Oh, me? Yeah.
Yeah. But like, does that make sense? Because that's kind of like, that's how, I guess I should have also mentioned that, is that's how a lot of my gifts work when I do these readings, is that they show me signs, symbols, omens. They make me feel stuff. They make me see, like, hear stuff, but sometimes it doesn't all make sense, and then they'll make everything come full circle. So that's kind of what that exact thing was. So
does he carry anything? Does he have anything in his hand? Do you see anything in his hand? Is he carrying anything? Is there something that he's not saying anything, right? He's not saying anything.
He's not really saying anything. He's just showing me stuff. I'm trying to focus on what he's showing me, that I'm not really hearing anything.
Because it usually only comes in if I'm like doing a healing on him. Every periodic, like when I do healings on him, it's the only time I feel his father. And it's the second you said something, the second you said it, I said it was his father. Over everybody who was going to be on here, is just for some reason, I just had a feeling he was going to pop in today.
Yeah, because
that's
somehow.
That's interesting.
Well, we had some close calls with my mother recently, so. And every time there's any close calls within the family, or there's like an issue, he pops up. Because Beth picked it up at the live reading, at the gallery reading, and you both, yeah. She picked it up pretty good, yeah.
Just make sure that moving forward, because I feel like he's also trying to show you different stuff. So I don't like, and it's a personal thing. So he's not showing me who has the record collection.
We both do.
We both do.
Record. You both do?
I have records. I used to
did
be
not know that you guys had them.
I had, turntables. I had, I'm really big in that. And
I have more. I just brought in records
they're right there.
from my aunt's uncle. My aunt's what do you call it? My uncle, he passed away, and I acquired them, and a lot of them have to do with older music, like Elvis and like Frank Sinatra and like the Mama and Papa and like the oldie, like Frankie Avalon and all those older ones. So his record is more like metal. Mine is like something maybe your father would be listening to.
Oh, yeah, he would like that, yeah.
So
he likes classical music.
Yeah. So I have a lot of that
stuff.
stuff.
And I think the only reason why I say this, because I literally saw like records on a wall. So I don't know, like, I don't know. I think that's just validation. So I don't know if that's just like a validation for like what you guys are feeling from him. But I feel like this is definitely would be him, because that like a lot of it makes complete sense. Yeah. So he's definitely with you. He's definitely checking on different stuff. He's checking on how you guys are. So whenever you feel like a sudden burst of, oh, it's his father, honor that and just say, thank you. I know, I'm aware you're here. Thank you. Because I think that's also what it is too, is that I feel like in life he was also very quiet, but he was like a quirky quiet. Like whenever he would get going, it's like he would like talk, but it's like he was always very reserved, very quiet until you kind of get him going. Is that the best way I can put it?
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like he's just trying to be there in different ways for you. So just keep doing that whenever you feel that. Just honor and say thank you. Okay. So that's interesting, because he's gone now. So that was definitely him. He's gone. He's not sitting back here anymore, because I feel that that energy's gone. So he's definitely gone. So that was definitely him.
Wait, who's it again? Somebody says something. Sorry, I'm late.
How late are we going tonight? Just out of curiosity.
It's over an hour now. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. So that's about right. Usually it's an hour show.
Okay.
It looks like everybody got everything. And as far as the readings, I went through everybody. I think everybody, of course, is happy and said thank you. We got our readings in too. So we're pretty excited about that.
Well, thank you very much for having me on. Like, with all the craziness that's going on, in life and different stuff personally, it's like this work, I love doing this work. And with all the craziness going on, it's also don't look at it as work, because I really love doing this sort of stuff. I love bringing messages forward. I love connecting with the other side in order to provide healing and validation. I mean, ultimately validation to make people feel comfortable. That is what I love doing this work with. And thank you very much for at least having me on tonight. I know with Tara not being on, some stuff going on too, it wasn't 100% how it was originally planned, but we made it work and we figured out some technical stuff, and everything worked out the best it was meant to work out for.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get to see you soon, or talk to you soon, or doing this again. We don't know what to expect. It seems like everything's changing again. So unfortunately, it won't be Selma or event anytime soon for a while, I guess, at least a few months. So there's prayers to you and your family, and the holiday, everything.
Yeah.
Hopefully, what'd you say? You guys did great.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm starting to stutter. It's like almost bedtime.
I know. So,
I know, I'm like an old lady.
No, I would love to come on and do this again. I love, again, being able to connect. And if anyone did receive a reading tonight and they would like a picture of their card, just let me know what card you got, because I didn't get to write them down. If you would like me to send you a picture of that card.
That was very nice. Yes, that's very nice.
And also tell Deborah we said hi as well.
Yes, tell Mom we said hello.
I will. She's actually on the phone right now, talking with my sister, I believe. So, but no, thank you again very much for allowing me to come on. And if anybody wants to book a reading, I was going to say thank you, Danielle. See, we work like that. If you would like to connect with me and want to learn more about what I do, some of my gifts and some of my services, you can visit mediumjohncovey.weebly.com, or you can just find me here on Facebook, John Covey, or Psychic Medium John Covey, here on Facebook. And I'm always able to jump on there. Like I said, for this week and for next week, I had to move some readings, so I will not be able to do any more for the rest of this month, with some sudden emergency changes. But next month I will be publishing my availability. And I do also like to say thank you again very much for everyone for jumping on. Have a very amazing Thanksgiving holiday. Eat some food. Enjoy it. Enjoy family. Whether you're there with them, you're doing Facebook Live or Messenger or video chat or what have you. Enjoy it and enjoy the holidays coming up.
Indeed.
All right. Very much so. Very much so. So thank you, John. Thank you, everybody.
Adios.
See you soon.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Love ya.
Love you too.
Sayonara.
How do you do this?